Welcome back, guys. It's been a little while since my last Let's Play, but yesterday I found out that Blizzard was releasing Starcraft Original for free. Starcraft Original was one of my favorite games ever. I wasted so many hours playing it when I was early on in high school and maybe like 7th, 8th grade too. I forget exactly when I first played it, but anyway. The reason they're doing it, I guess, is because they're going to release a remastered version of it sometime this summer. I don't know if that means they're just going to edit the game as it is now, or if they're going to just redo it in the StarCraft 2 engine. It sounds kind of interesting. I may or may not get it. I don't know. But since it's free now, I decided, well, why not do a Let's Play? So why not? If you've played it before, you know there's multiplayer, which I'm not going to do. There's an excellent campaign editor. A lot of people made their own custom maps. I had a lot of fun playing that online, in addition to just the regular game. But we're going to play the original game. We're going to play the campaign for StarCraft Original. I'll just put images of Austin. You know, it's funny, images of Austin. I did this originally because that's where I lived, in Austin, Texas. And I was originally going to make this YouTube account into, I don't know, maybe go and make some videotapes on walks and stuff I did, but then I never really went with that. But now I started doing some Let's Plays, so the name is just kind of there. So let's just go ahead and start. I will do the tutorial just because it's there and there's some communication. I obviously don't need the tutorial, but it is, you know, it's part of the game, so we'll go through it. Okay. In the decades since the end of the Guild Wars, the oppressive Terran Confederacy has stood unchallenged in its supremacy over colonized space. All of that changed 4 days ago when a large alien fleet emerged from warp space and laid waste to the unsuspecting Confederate colony of Chau-Sara. The Confederacy, fearing that the alien fleet's next target will be the colony of Mar-Sara, has sent you to intervene. Acting as magistrate, you are to safeguard the colonists and keep their state of panic from escalating any further. Okay. Boot Camp, Office of the Colonial Magistrate.
Welcome to Mar-Sara, Magistrate. The equipment demonstration you requested is prepared and may be initiated at your convenience.
Alright, so...
Simply select Start to begin the demonstration. You may skip the demonstration by selecting Skip Tutorial.
I think she's going to say one more thing. No? Yeah, this is...
Whenever you feel you are ready, you may select Start.
Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, so this is just the tutorial. There's no real enemies. You build 3 supply depots, you build a refinery, and you gather 100 Vespene gas. So let's go ahead and try it. So they do say a few things, especially as soon as I click OK. I think they're basically going to start saying something. I'm just going to start working on that while they're talking. I may send some guys out to fight, but it's not really that important.
Reporting for duty.
The T-280 SCV is the cornerstone of our hostile environment construction and resource gathering operations.
Roger that.
In order to build a thriving colony, numerous SCVs are necessary. You can build additional SCVs at a command center.
Very good. You click these guys, and you send them over here. They'll make some noise.
Permission to speak freely, sir. I'm not sure you know what you're doing. If you're going to send us into hostile territory and you want us to defend ourselves, then use the attack command. But if you want us to ignore enemy fire and go exactly to the spot you targeted, then use the move command. Now, which'll it be?
Right, so if you press A and then point somewhere, they'll attack to that area, and they'll just attack anything. They'll just attack anything on the way. It's gonna take a little while. If you double click on a unit, you can select a bunch of them at the same time.
Go, go, go.
I can't really do anything because I gotta mine more minerals, so we'll send these guys out. I need 50 minerals to make an SUV. 100 minerals for the next supply depot, and 100 minerals for Vespine Geyser. Probably make a couple more SUVs just to speed things along. The more SUVs you have, obviously, the faster you can stuff.
Let's move. Outstanding.
Here's a Zergling.
Let's move.
I'm not really
Outstanding.
being too
Go.
cautious about this, just because there's no base here. It's just some randomly distributed units, so it doesn't matter. They're completely sacrificable. The Marines are the basic unit you can get for the Terrans. They're a we'll just send these guys out there to attack stuff. The basic unit for the Terrans, their ranged unit, which is pretty cool for the basic unit. The Zerg and the Protoss, which are the other two races you can play in this game, they both have melee basic units, which, you know, are okay. I like of the three basic units. I don't really like the Zealots very much, but you can upgrade the Zerglings at the top stage, and they stay useful. Oh, here we go. And they stay useful throughout the entire. Even when you get to tier 3, the Zerglings are still useful, whereas the Zealots and the Zealots. I always used to call it Zealots,
Your forces are under attack.
but that's because I was a little kid and I didn't know what a Zealot was. So I always pronounced it wrong. I do know what it is now, but it's like force of habit. I'll probably still call it Zealots. But yes, I do know it's Zealot. So when I mispronounce it, it's not because I don't know, it's just a force of habit. They really start you slow with only one SUV here. When you start in like a multiplayer match and most other matches, you usually start with at least 4 SUVs. So the fact that we're only now getting to the starting point most of the
Your forces
time
are under attack.
is kind of unfortunate. But that's okay. It's always good to do the tutorial, in case you've never seen this game before, or if you've never played a strategy game before.
Let's move.
This is one of the best strategy games ever made, honestly.
SCV good to go, sir.
Alright.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Build one more, and then hopefully by the time it's done building, I'll have 100 minerals, and I'll be able to get some Vespine Geyser going. Well, you know what I should have done is you can lift off with the Terran buildings. You can't see it now because it's building something, but I could have moved it actually closer to the.
Affirmative.
I could have actually moved it closer to the minerals, and it might have gone a little faster. But oh well. We could do it now, I suppose. Now we'll wait. It doesn't really matter. Alright, what? One more? No, 2 more. Finally be able to get our refinery going. Alright, 100 more, and we should be ready to do a,
Standing by.
the last supply depot. If I can get them to go up here. This is a real basic mission, folks. I know it takes a little while, but it is what it is. We don't need to build any more SUVs, honestly. Once we get those minerals going, we won't really need any more once we get our supply depot building.
I read you. Job's finished.
The
Oops.
refinery processes raw Vespine gas, converting it into a form which your SCVs can gather.
That's nice.
Reporting for duty.
Basically, these are just your resources. This is what you use to build units.
Right away, sir.
The low tier unit only requires SUVs or probes or whatever, the miners. They only need minerals, so is the low tier, like the Marine only needs minerals, but your higher tier units require you to have some Vespene. Generally you get less Vespene than you do get minerals. Most of the time, whatever unit you're building costs more minerals than it does Vespene. Usually. There are exceptions. So if you didn't know, Starcraft is a strategy game where you have different types of units with different strengths and weaknesses.
This concludes the equipment demonstration. There will now be a fully catered reception at Marsara Base.
Oh, that's nice. I love fully catered. This is our victory screen. This is our victory screen. You get this after every mission. It's not really that important. It's kind of interesting what they have in the background here, but you know, each race has a different victory screen. I think there's different types of victory screens too for each race, but I don't remember. Let's go on to the next mission. Wasteland, Office of the Colonial Magistrate.
Adjutant online. Good evening, Magistrate. I'll fill you in on what's been happening. Confederate traffic has increased substantially within the system due to the recent Protoss destruction of the Chau-Sara colony. The Confederates have tightened security on all outlying systems, and it's likely that this colony will be locked down as well. An encrypted Confederate transmission came for you while you were at dinner. Replaying transmission.
Greetings, Magistrate. I'm General Edmund Duke of the Confederate Security Forces Alpha Squadron. The Confederacy has quarantined this entire planet, and we'll proceed with a lockdown within 48 hours. You're to relocate your core colonists to the outlying wastelands. Now, I know there won't be any problems with these new arrangements.
Transmission ended. I have contacted the local marshal, James Rayner. Rayner has agreed to meet your personnel en route and escort them to the new Wasteland site.
Oops, sorry about that. I stepped away for just a second. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start the mission. Alright, so what we gotta do is go down there and build 10 Marines.
Jacked up.
Yep, knew that already. Press attack to attack to the direction.
Outstanding.
Can't believe we're being sent to the Wasteland. These Confederates think they can push anybody around.
Yep, so there's the SUV.
Roll. Let's move. Outstanding.
Yeah, so this is pretty much a tutorial mission as well. Like, I don't know why they had a separate one when this one could really qualify, but...
Howdy, boys. I'm Jim Rayner, marshal of these parts.
Alright, that's Jim Rayner. He's currently in a Vulture, which is a mechanical unit. Works pretty well. We'll talk more about that later. Well, Vultures aren't the greatest unit. They sometimes can be useful in like ladder style games because of the Vulture mines they do.
Orders, Captain?
But
Affirmative.
let's get in there, SUVs.
Affirmative.
So this is basically a tutorial mission too. I don't know
I
why.
read you.
I don't know why
Report for duty.
they decided to have a separate tutorial mission, but you know, whatever, I guess. So all we have to do is build,
This is Jimmy.
what is it, 10 Marines here. So one thing, the only thing that makes the Vulture kind of useful is these spider mines. They can only attack ground units. There's semi-range, like a short range, and these spider mines.
SCV good to go, sir.
Spider mines are pretty useful because they can detect cloaked units
Right on.
without having to have a detector. So you can see what happens there. It should have killed that in one hit, but
Yes,
whatever.
sir.
I'm gonna build a couple more SUVs just to really get the minerals flowing here.
Go ahead, Commander.
We'll send these guys up here to do some stuff. The Vulture is a little bit faster than the other guys, than the Marines. They're a very fast unit, really.
SCV good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Orders, Captain?
Anytime you're ready.
You can repair mechanical units, so I can repair that Vulture if I want to.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. We almost have enough for a barracks, so we're going to do that.
SCV good to go, sir.
Come here, Mr. Barracks.
I can't build there.
Start building that. We're going to get another SUV, and we're going to start working on a supply depot as well when we get an opportunity.
Go ahead, Commander.
Come on, guys.
Sounds
Oh,
fun.
got some more Zerglings to kill. The missions do get harder.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really have much trouble on any of the, on most of the missions in either the regular campaign or the Brood War campaign.
I read you.
Except for the final 3, if I remember correctly. The final 3 of the Brood War campaign do give me a
Go
lot of
ahead,
trouble.
Commander.
I know in the past, when I was a lot more practice, I have actually beaten all those 3 without cheating.
This should be good.
But I still have trouble with it. They're not
Right
easy.
on.
They're not easy.
This
And so I imagine if and when I get there in this playthrough, I will probably also have some trouble with them. But hopefully we'll be able to get it. Although that's a long time from now, so I'm not even going to worry about it just yet. I know and those are Zerg missions. The final missions of Brood War are Zerg missions.
Job finished.
And in multiplayer, I never really used Ultralisks, but I actually found that Ultralisks are pretty useful for.
Orders received.
Infantry units such as Marines can be trained at this facility.
They're actually pretty useful in that case because they're the only things that can really, like, if you're using Zerglings and Hydralisks, they really.
Rainer here.
I found that they couldn't really handle all the damage that was being sent their way, and like I do.
This should be good.
The Ultralisks aren't really that great for dealing damage. At least I don't remember them being that great for it.
Sounds fun. You want a piece of me, boy?
But they really can soak up some damage to let your other, like, higher rate damage dealers survive long enough to start getting everything. There's some more minerals here, I see. Well, that's just about it here, so I guess we'll just send these guys back. I've pretty much cleared the map. Yeah, it's just a matter of waiting now. These first level tutorial missions are okay. So, since I have nothing else, I'll sort of tell you about my my recording issues that I was having. When I first started, I got a new Windows 10 machine. It's a small laptop, and it's not got the greatest specs, but it's, you know, enough to run old games like this one. So I'm using Open Broadcast software to go ahead and do this. And I noticed that when I first was doing the Open Broadcast software, I was having a lot of trouble with the game slowdown. It was just lagging really bad, and I figured out, well, I found online, I could have looked around, that if the sampling rate of Windows 10 is apparently at 48 kilohertz by default, or that's kind of how it operates, and the older systems used 44.1 kilohertz or something like that. So there was like a lot of re-encoding these different things, changing the sample rate, and that was just really sucking up CPU usage. So I went ahead and changed OBS to 48 kilohertz, and also my recording thing. We're done with that. Also, I had to change it to mono recording because that was causing some distortion. So this is actually my second time recording this video, but hopefully this time it'll work out pretty well. Alrighty. I'm gonna do one more mission for this video, and then I'm gonna double check to make sure everything's worked correctly. Hopefully I won't have to do this again. Let's go ahead and listen to the next mission. Backwater Station, Office of the Colonial Magistrate.
Receiving incoming transmission. Comlink established.
Hey, what's up, man? Got your refugees tucked in nice and tight? Provided you can sidestep any more surprises from our Confederate friends and we can keep away from those critters, they should have an easy time.
Priority alert. Backwater station under attack by unknown alien organisms. Distress beacon activated at 0658. Alerting Confederate headquarters on Tarsonis. Stand by for incoming transmission.
We've already received the distress beacon from Backwater, and we'll take care of it. You just sit tight. You'll be notified if there's anything we think you need to know.
Damn! Listen, if we wait for Confederate reinforcements, that station's dust. I'll head out there now and do what I can. You send in some militia, and we'll save those folks. Trust me.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and disobey orders here. That couldn't possibly turn out badly.
Glad to see you, boys. Time to kick some serious butt.
Right, that's very good. So I already displayed the spider mines. I'm not really too worried about doing that again. For now, we're just gonna have to wait for our SUVs to build up a little bit, so we can get a fairly high rate at our
SCV
mineral
good to go, sir.
mining.
Orders received.
There's a Vespene geyser right up here, so we'll do that when we get around to it. But I'm gonna devote most of my time to getting these minerals right now. Yeah, so I had a little bit of trouble getting this to record in a way that sounded good and wasn't bad.
Orders, Captain.
It didn't cause lag or didn't have distortions or something like that. But hopefully it'll end up being a good Let's Play, despite the... that's actually pretty common. Whenever you get a different game in there, you've really got to finagle with the settings and stuff. Pretty often.
SCV good to go, sir.
Sometimes you're kind of
Report for
unlucky,
duty. Orders received.
and it just won't work, but that's usually for newer games. At least that's what I've found, and that's mainly because my system isn't awesome. So probably I'm going to stick, for at least the foreseeable future, to older games that aren't so intensive on the CPU or whatever.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright,
Right away,
dude,
sir.
why don't you make some Vespene? Like I said before, you can lift off with buildings. I'm not going to show that now. We'll see it later.
Not enough
Not
minerals.
enough minerals. Of course not. Something we'll probably be hearing a lot of. If you click a building that builds units and then right-click on it in an area, that should set the rally point. You can also do it manually by setting a rally
SCV
point.
good to go, sir.
What that does is the unit builds and then it immediately walks to that area. If you click on an SUV and you right-click on the minerals or a Vespene geyser, they automatically start doing that too.
Job finished.
We don't really need that much Vespene gas for this mission. It's a pretty easy mission. So I'm not even going to bother adding more. In later missions, I'll definitely... Vespene becomes pretty important. Haha. But for now, I don't care too much.
SCV good to go, sir. Yes, sir.
Like most games, it starts off kind of
Orders
slow.
received.
You only get so many units, and they sort of slowly introduce you into it, and then like... But when it comes to the Zerg and the Protoss, it won't take... I don't think it takes as many missions to get introduced to new units.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Let's see, do we have enough to start heading out?
Go ahead,
I think we do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can't play a little game here.
Sounds fun.
Right on.
We get some spider mines here, and then there's like...
What the hell is that? Looks like the ground there is alive.
What he's coming on is this purple stuff, which is the creep. This is something the Zerg buildings, or some of the Zerg buildings produce. They have to build on that stuff. Terrans can build anywhere, but the Zerg have to build on this purple crap. So let's see if we can't trick some of these guys here into coming to my spider mine. There we go. Alright guys, come on up here.
Go ahead, Commander.
Go ahead and set the rally point here.
Anytime you're ready.
We should have enough guys here.
Sounds fun.
I'd be pretty freaked out if I saw a creep all over the ground. That's a scary thing, I would say.
Right on.
You kill that. That was a creep colony. It produces the creep. Creep colonies and hatcheries produce creep.
Sounds fun.
Oops. I
Thanks
think
for the rescue. We've been holed up in these bunkers for days hiding from the Zerg.
I accidentally clicked him out of
These
saying
things have been out
stuff.
here a while, but they could be pretty useful.
Yeah, I imagine they are. We'll start building some more of this. 1, 2.
You want a piece of me,
We're introduced to a new unit here. It's the Fire Bat.
Not enough minerals.
We'll reset this rally point here. You can, if you press Control and a number, you can set squads. You can also do it with buildings, which is what I'm doing now. So if I just press 1, it goes there. 2, 3.
Not enough minerals.
Honestly, I probably have enough guys here. We'll send the Fire Bats out in front. They're a melee unit. They do splash damage, so it's only pretty much close range to where the Fire Bats are, but they do they'll damage any unit within the zone of influence or whatever. So let's watch them in action. They do kill quite a few of them.
You want a piece of me, boy? This is Jimmy. Oh yeah.
Terran units are pretty good. I like them.
Fire it up. Naturally. You got it.
Get on in there.
Want a piece of me, boy?
There can be a problem if there's a choke point like right there. The units can't get all of them. So we're gonna, if you double click on a unit, if you take a unit and double click on them, you can select all of that unit that happens to be on the screen. So we're gonna send these guys in here first, so that they're
You want a piece of me, boy? Sounds fun.
so they can not get blocked by the choke point.
This should be good.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to sit them up there. They're gonna get attacked a little bit, but it's okay.
Fire it up.
Yep, making short order of those guys. Alright, so in order, there's going to be a little thing
This is Jimmy.
where one of the units talks up here, and it can be either the Marine or the Fire Bat. We've already heard a spiel by the Marine, so let's go ahead and hear one by the Fire Bat. As far as I know, that's the only time there's like an extended voice or communication by the Fire Bat. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Yeah.
Send Rainer up there too, because he replies.
Oh, what the hell did they do to that command center? Whatever it is, it ain't natural. Learning, boys.
Yep. If you don't have Rainer there, he won't say that. So, in order to get that, in order to get that Rainer response, he has to actually be in the near area. So what is this? Infested command center. So the Zerg like took over this command center. That's not good. Well, I'm sure no one will get mad if we destroy it. I mean, it's infested, right? You'd have to be dumb not to think it was a good idea to destroy this. We'll go ahead and see, though. I'm sure the Confederacy will give me a medal or something for doing that. There's no way no one wants
Anytime you're
mad.
ready. This should be good.
Oh, we win.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Marshal Rayner, by destroying a vital Confederate installation, you and your men have violated standing colonial law. As of right now, you're all under arrest. I suggest you throw down your weapons and come peaceably.
Are you out of your mind? If we hadn't burned that damn factory, this entire colony could have been overrun. Maybe if you hadn't taken your sweet time in getting here.
Now, I asked you nice the first time, boy. I didn't come here to talk with you. Now throw down them weapons.
Guess you wouldn't be a Confederate if you weren't a complete pain in the ass.
Is that it? So, this is going to be the last mission of this video. There is a cutscene that comes after this, but we're going to go ahead and watch that at the beginning of the next video. Let's see. Yeah, so this is our first couple of missions in Starcraft. It will get harder. Eventually, it'll take longer to do the missions. It'll probably be about one mission per video, but this is good for now. I'll plan to do about 30 minutes to an hour of a video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, folks. Later, folks.